Hello everyone, this is Erik, the Asian movie enthusiast, and this is my review of the Untold Story, also known as Immortals Restaurant, a Hong Kong horror film from 1993 that earned a Category 3 rating by the Hong Kong Motion Picture Rating System. I've already covered a variety of Cat 3 films on this channel, both in separate review videos as well as my Asian horror playlist. In the West, we refer to Cat 3 as not only a rating designation, but also a subgenre of film because we expect certain things from Cat 3 movies, specifically graphic violence and or excessive nudity. Now, The Untold Story, directed by Herman Yau, is considered by those who have seen it to be one of the landmark films of its kind. It stars Anthony Wong as a brutal murderer who uses the meat of his human victims to cook up some delicious pork buns. Yes. Danny Lee eventually decides to investigate, but only after hanging out with the ladies for a while. So the story begins in the late 70s with an argument in a small Hong Kong apartment. A man named Wong, played by Anthony Wong, conveniently, brutally beats a gambler and burns him alive for refusing to lend money to him. He quickly flees the Hong Kong police by burning his identification documents and changing his name. The film then flashes forward to Macau, 1986, where Wong is running a restaurant whose owner has mysteriously disappeared. I wonder what happened there. So this film is loosely based on the 8 Immortals Restaurant murders that actually took place in 1985 in Macau in real life. Although the cannibalism angle never actually happened apparently, but the way in which the murders took place and the general events that play out seem to be fairly accurate in the film, at least decently accurate. There's not much here in terms of character development, but don't worry, because there's plenty of other stuff to hold your interest, one of which is Anthony Wong's performance, which is quite good. Now, the first time I saw this movie, I kind of had a problem with Wong's performance, because I thought he hammed it up a little bit too much, but then afterward, I actually saw some mugshots and pictures of real-life serial killers, and some of them had the same outlandish expressions. So I realized that my criticism wasn't really valid, because, I guess his performance was kind of realistic. Now, I still think that Ben Ng from Red to Kill and Simon Yam from Run and Kill are the best Cat 3 psycho performances I've ever seen, but Wong's performance in The Untold Story is a good one. It's a good one. And he's basically the main character in the movie. He gets a lot of screen time, and it's interesting to see the villain get so much attention. Now, I've mentioned this before on my YouTube channel that, some Cat 3 movies are actually lacking in violence, and you kind of wonder how it got a Cat 3 rating. I think one that comes to mind is Dr. Lamb. But you do not have to worry about that problem with The Untold Story, because this movie delivers in that regard. The violence is memorable, and will certainly help give it some entertainment value for fans of cinematic depravity, I guess you could say. The opening scene has a man set on fire. Some good stunt work there, by the way. Some of the attack scenes last for quite a while as well. There is some nasty, uncomfortable, even shocking stuff to sit through in this. So, just as an example, there are, multiple scenes of dead human bodies getting butchered, for that delicious pork bun meat, stuff like that. So you need to be aware of this before going into the film. There is definitely some dodgy stuff, even borderline reprehensible. So it's this type of stuff you want to see in a Cat 3 movie, though. So it's good. There's a grimy feel to it as well, kind of gritty, just in terms of the locations and how it's shot. The cops, the characters are a bit goofy, which was another problem I had with this the first time I saw it. But after repeat viewings, it doesn't really bother me as much anymore. Maybe I just got used to it. Some of the humor I think actually does work at times, and I did enjoy the lady cop and Danny Lee's character as well. Runtime is about an hour and a half, moves at a nice pace, because Wong's character is consistently murdering people, and the cops are consistently investigating him, so there's not a lot of dull filler in this film, which is good. So, it's a pretty solid flick, I think, and it seems to grow on me every time I watch it. I like it more for some reason. If you're at all interested in the grimy side of Hong Kong cinema, the Untold Story is a must-watch, along with films like Run and Kill and Red to Kill. It's currently available on Amazon Streaming in the United States, but the subtitles are about half a second late, which could be a little bit distracting at first, but you kind of get used to it. So check it out if it sounds like it's up your alley. And as always, I'll see you next time.